Here's Steve Young. And it's caught. Touchdown. Greg Olsen. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2.
Check back. Let's go.
It'll be Young again. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot. And people are starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep.
Let's go, baby.
As Tampa Bay's offense trots out here, Charles, let's look ahead to this season. You know, you and I have talked before about Marcus Mariota and this being a big year for him in Tennessee. Well, his draft mate, Jameis Winston, this is kind of a big year for him under center.
You're exactly right. Both of them in their 5th year. Remember, Winston was the #1 pick in that draft. Mariota was #2. And it's not that Jameis Winston hasn't been coached and coached well before. He's had quarterback gurus in his career at Tampa, but now Bruce Arians, the head coach, that may be the ultimate quarterback guru. And also his offensive coordinator is a former quarterback in the NFL. So if it doesn't happen this year for him, I don't know when it does, but the early returns seem promising. He looked pretty good in the early going. Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for him. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. All right, Greg Olsen getting ready to trot out there for another drive. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, it could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're
trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, when he feels the pressure, naturally he likes going to his left, as most left-handed quarterbacks do. But this time he tries to let this go on the run, and it's going to wind up getting intercepted.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. To throw, Winston.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
Winston now finding Godwin, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Here's Winston, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Following the interception, Young airing it out for Olsen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Breaking that one up was Justin Evans. Read it perfectly.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Looking long for Thomas. And it's caught. Touchdown. Michael Thomas.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Young, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They go play action here on first down. And it's caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pick up there, 20 yards.
On the set. 61, matchbox, light, 2.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. They'll try and run. Ingram. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. Counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.